Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku prayer. Please stand. 高天原にかむずまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちて、すめにおやかむいざなぎのみこと、つくしのいむかのたち花のうほどのあぎはらにゆみそぎはらいたもうときになりませる。はらいどの狼たちもろもろのまがこと積みけがれを払いたまえ清めたまえとまおすことのよしを天つかみ国つかみやおよろずの神たちともに雨の淵こ耳振り立ててきこしめせとかしこみもまおす弥勒大神守りたまえ先あえたまえ弥勒大神守りたまえ先あえたまえ教えみおや主の神守りたまえ先生えたまえ教えみおや主の神守りたまえ先生えたまえこんながらまちはえませかんながらたまちはえませGreat God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. Our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please, we will now receive group Johrei. Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Time. A great turning point on earth is at hand. Open your eyes. See what is happening. See the world's actual state. Only those who can see the dawn of the new era have clear vision, through eyes to perceive the truth. God's great divine light, long awaited by humanity, has finally appeared, the power to save the world. We stand today at the turning point between the old order and the new, a major worldwide transitional period. Great change has never before been experienced by humanity. It is entirely unprecedented. God, the creator of the universe, the absolute being, has been worshipped by many races under many names. It is the final plan of God to establish an ideal world where truth, virtue, and beauty are manifested in perfect balance. This can be accomplished only when all the necessary conditions are fulfilled. This is why God has waited for the right time, and now is that time. It is urgent for humanity to realize and to spiritually transform its inner self. God uses human beings to serve as instruments in accomplishing it. Now that the world is standing on the verge of this critical change, it is most important for all of us, in order to become a resident in the new world, to be worthy of surviving the transition period.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association Headquarters morning service. And also for directing your prayers along with us for world peace. The experience I want to share with you this morning is from Clayton Toshimitsu Nakamura. It's from the Gama Johrei Center in Brasilia. Clayton is 43 years old and was introduced to our church in 2007 when he began dating the person who now is his wife. She always invited him to monthly services, but he attended them only to please her, as he was not interested in our religious activities. They got married in 2009. Clayton really liked the phrase chosen by his wife for their wedding invitation. In order to be happy, you have to make others happy, because the divine reward that comes from this virtuous deed is true happiness. However, at the time, he had no idea about the depth of these words. 2013, he had an accident at his work in which, among other injuries, he had his right leg broken. He underwent knee reconstruction surgery and was in sabbatical from professional activities for a few months. At the hospital, he received religious assistance from his wife and members of the Johrei Center, and felt very grateful for their assistance. One day, a lady from another religion that Clayton didn't even know asked if she could say a prayer for him. He wondered what motivated these missionaries to leave their homes and go to a hospital to help people. He felt touched by her posture and made the decision to go to the Johrei Center as soon as he could. After Clayton was discharged from the hospital, he continued receiving intensive Johrei in his home. Once he was able to drive, he immediately visited the Johrei Center. Clayton began to be followed up by the minister and was allowed to receive the sacred focal point of Hikari in June of 2013. However, he still didn't have a true awareness of his mission and experienced ups and downs in his faith. Sometimes he would become inactive, and only when he faced some purifications he would return to give service at the Johrei Center. As soon as the problems were solved, he distanced himself again. 2020, with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, his wife started watching our online services. Since they were in the period of quarantine, Clayton watched the services with her. In this way, he was awakening again to religiosity, and in 2021, with the reopening of the Johrei Center, Clayton returned to dedicate himself at the center. In order to help solidify his faith, Clayton's minister recommended for him to read Meishu-sama's teachings intensively. This practice clarified his doubts and guided him in our practice of faith. At that time, after several days and nights of reading the teachings, it all started to make sense to him. He gained a new understanding about our faith and no longer gave in, expecting personal benefits. With this new mindset, in June of 2021, he was given the mission to become responsible for the youth group of the Johrei Center. He committed himself wholeheartedly to this dedication, accompanied the young members, encouraged them to serve in the divine work, and to participate in the various activities that we organized. Seeing them happily engaged in their dedications and witnessing the miracles taking place in each of their lives became an inexplicable happiness for him. Consequently, he finally realized the meaning of Meishu-sama's teaching that happiness comes from making others happy. Today, he realized that the greatest grace he received in life was the permission to serve the divine work of constructing a paradise on earth. His commitment is to delve deeper into the teachings of Meishu-sama, to channel and receive the sacred Johrei, and to guide people to the divine work so that they achieve happiness through the accumulation of spiritual merits. Thank you very much for attending this morning service, for listening to this faith experience. I wish you a most wonderful day.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed day.